sorry, Kathy. Here we go. This is why you wanted the... Any idea what to get the man who's got everything?
Yeah, it's a very tricky one.
Thank you had to get rid of the woman, did you?
I had to take this off.
Oh my goodness.
The stick-on stuff.
Ah. Watford in the Premier League?
What?
Or even holding aloft the FA Cup? Oh, yes. How wonderful.
Your wishes.
Very happy 70th birthday, and may there be many more.
70th.
Yeah. Ah, Stuart. It's from Squire, Ruth, James, Laura, and Wormy.
Oh, Wormy has
We
been
know
here for a
Wormy
while.
from when Laura was very little, and from James was very little. Show us Wormy. Go on, show us Wormy.
Well, he's not.
He's not around these
He's not
days.
around
Okay.
these days.
Oh.
He used to be like that.
Oh.
He would come out. And Laura once said, "Is Wormy real, Daddy?" Yeah.
Is this connected?
Yeah, to the.
Does this give me some insight into
Well, it is.
Ah.
Yes.
Lovely bag, Kathy.
Yes, I
Lovely
know.
bag.
Well, yes, it is.
You could almost say Watford colours.
Well,
Take it to Watford.
It's red on it.
Take it to Watford.
Yeah.
And the paper as well.
Look at beautiful. Kathy will love this. Yellow. We could use this like a make some clothing from round the red. Oh, thank you. Squire. Thank you very much. It's very nice. Shower gel. Shall we try it, Kathy?
Oh, lipstick.
Magic bubbles.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's for
I like,
later.
that's what I like. Magic bubbles.
Magic bubbles, we love.
Now that's
Storybook.
a bit of light reading. I thought you could read it now.
Rosie and the Wasp.
Just read it now. It's really good.
What would you like me to
Read it. Read it to
Is
everyone.
that white Anglo-Saxon?
Ah, that's what of light reading. Happy birthday.
Oh, we got some
It could be white Anglo.
Victoria Primary School, sorry. Rosie saw a butterfly.
Oh,
Isn't that lovely? We've got to find out what happened.
Yeah, you got next page.
She gets stung.
No.
It went into Sam's garden. Am I reading that correctly?
Yes.
It went
Yeah.
into Sam's garden. Garden.
What an enunciation.
Rosie saw a ladybird. I wonder what happened. Ah,
Went into Sam's
it
garden.
went into Sam's garden.
Aha.
Oh, Rosie saw a hornet. Oh no, a wasp. Rosie saw. I thought it could be a hornet. Rosie saw a wasp. The wasp saw Rosie.
Oh, it's getting excited now.
Tragedy. It's tragedy.
Rosie went into Sam's garden.
Hooray!
A 2 for 1, or even a 2 for 2.
Ah,
Oh,
can you guess what's in there?
and not necessarily a 70th,
We could play pass.
more like 69th.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Do you want us to help you guess? I won't do it, and Cheryl won't do it. You can pass it round to ask your friends if they can guess it.
What do you think it is? What do you think it is? Oh,
No, it's not breakable. It's not breakable.
thank you.
It's not breakable.
It's a football jersey.
We've got to guess what this is. We've got to guess what it is.
It's not a football jersey.
So you missed.
Who's this coming from?
It's not a football jersey.
Leather gloves or something.
It's not leather gloves. It's not baseball.
It's not a cycle helmet.
You've got to try and work.
Oh, that was close.
Or you
Oh,
have
it's
time.
That was the closest yet. Cycle helmet. Any clue? Nothing.
It's got ridges. Looks like it might have handles, but no.
No, no handles. Over to
Something to do
you.
with gardening, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, beekeeper's hat.
Oh, well, we're moving in the right direction. We're moving.
Oh,
Use it as a beekeeper's hat.
Actually,
use it as a
you
beekeeper.
probably
Is it a
could.
hat?
It's a fencing mask.
Oh, that's the closest
I
yet.
thought it might be a mask of some sort.
A mask. 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 It's a mask within mask.
I think this is a
Decorative African mask.
Oh,
That's the furthest away yet.
The mask is right.
the mask.
So down to you, Steve.
The mask of Zorro.
Is it a mask for a sort of some sort of witch doctor.
There seems to be some.
No, it should be though. That would have been good though.
I've gone too far.
Go.
Is it something you wear?
Yes.
That's the ear.
Yeah.
Is it something you wear when you look at?
It's a mask
You-
of Steve.
You wear it.
Mask of Steve.
Is it a mask of Steve?
It's your new identity.
Okay, let's ask, will I want to wear it?
Hope so.
Cycling mask? Gardening mask?
Gardening, no.
Gardening mask?
I think I
You think you know?
know what it is.
What do you
Oh,
think it is?
what, Stuart?
Let him feel.
Go on and Stuart, what do you
Oh,
think?
no, oh God, no. I was going to say what for scarf. No.
A mask for wearing at football games to protect yourself.
From eggs.
Is it a protective mask of some sort?
It's some yes.
Protective?
It is protective, yes.
It's to stop him doing headers now that he's got to a certain age. So.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. It's a good idea, but that's not it.
It's a cycle. A cycle.
Cycling hat.
That's already
Cycling
been,
hat.
that's already been put out.
Cycle helmet was close. It was close.
There, and it's-
Fencing mask was very close.
A mask
So just leave it for a minute. Fencing mask is close. Let's
Is
just
it like to stop him going on?
It's to
on,
protect.
It's
Stop me picking my,
those police guys.
It will stop you doing that, yeah.
Yeah, it will.
It will stop you picking your nose, yeah. That's for sure.
and do you wear it when you sleep in it?
You could sleep in it, but I wouldn't. I wouldn't.
No idea.
No, me neither. Some sort of protective mask.
There seems to be
Do you want a clue? Do you want a clue?
It's a game.
Do you want a clue?
Yeah.
Yes.
A clue is you live near a lot of lakes, don't you?
Oh,
Snorkel.
It's a snorkel.
Hey!
My goodness. My goodness.
But why is it?
Oh, look at this.
But what about the Teletubby clue? Though?
Are there two of them?
One. Do
Oh.
Oh, one each.
Oh.
you remember when I asked
Are you a wild water swimmer?
Yeah.
Oh, lovely.
The
Free
new
friends.
ones.
the new ones? Yeah,
Oh, thank you ever so much.
it's fine. Do you remember when I asked you? Remember I made up the thing about the measurement, Steve? Steve.
Yeah, you see exactly.
Steve.
Small,
Steve.
That's yours.
Steve, do you remember when I made up the thing about the measurement between your nose?
Oh
and-
yes.
That was to get.
all about
That was just to get the measurement for the
Oh,
maths.
He messaged about. Was it about wisdom or something? How
Yeah.
wise you are? How many lives?
Yeah, how many lives you'd lived.
You measure my nose and tell him, and maybe measure roses and tell him.
You've got lakes where you are.
Any ho? Hey oh.
Can you hear me?
How do you what? Sorry.
Can you hear me?
Pardon?
What?
Can it stop?
Could you?
Oh, I like the wand on top.
Maybe you and Kathy should stand together. Maybe stand. A photo.
Teletubbies.
Oh, perfect.
fortunate, he bought himself a goat. Said he's sure with goat's milk I'm bound to have me fill. But when he got his nanny home, he found it was a bill. All of the ladies who live in Killaloo were all wearing bustles like their mothers used to do. They each wore a gold star beneath their petticoats, and leave the rest to Providence and Paddy McGinty's goat. Missy but to her daughter said, listen, Mary Jane, who was the lad you were courting in the lane? He'd long wiry whiskers a-hanging from his chin. 'Twas only Paddy McGinty's goat, she answered with a grin. She went away from the village in disgrace. She came back with powder and paint upon her face. She'd rings on her fingers and she wore a sable coat. You bet your life she didn't get those from Paddy McGinty's goat. Now Nora McCarthy, the knot was going to tie. She washed out her trousseau and she hung it out to dry. Along came the goat and he saw the bits of white. He chewed up all her folderols upon her wedding night. Turn out the light now, she shouted out to Pat, for though I'm your bride, sure I'm not worth looking at. I had two of everything I told you when I wrote, and now I won and nothing off to Paddy McGinty's goat. Mickey Riley, he went to the races for the day. He won $20 and he shouted hip hooray. He held up the note shouting, look at what I got. The goat came up and grabbed at it and swallowed all the lot. He's eaten me banknote, said Mickey with a hum. They ran to the doctor and they bought a stomach pump. They pumped and they pumped for the $20 note, but all they got was 9 pence out of Paddy McGinty's goat. Now old Paddy's goat had a wondrous appetite, and one day for breakfast he ate some dynamite. A big box of matches he swallowed all serene, and then he went and swallowed off a quart of paraffin. He sat by the fireside, he didn't give a hang. He swallowed a spark and exploded with a bang. So if you go to heaven, you can bet your dollar note that the angel with the whiskey's on his Paddy McGinty's goat. I hope you're impressed.
And then 79 Squire, the clinic opened in Halifax, and I think you remember waking up early when you stayed with me with a patient arriving, my first one, and I wasn't ready to be receptive to that patient. And
I stayed the night in Stuart's treatment room, and there was a knock on the door in the morning.
My
It was
first
his
patient.
and Stuart was asleep in bed.
Ah.
I had to jump up,
Sorry,
put some
John.
clothes on and let them in. And in about 10 seconds, Stuart got up, put his treatment clothes on, walked up and said, "Good morning, come in."
And this was one of my first patients, and I only had one. I was working in a biscuit factory at the time to pay my way. So in 1985, James was born. You became the godfather. Thank you very much for that. You kept in contact very well with him, and I appreciate that. But I sold you some golf clubs.
You did sell
And
me
I
some
sold you
golf
two.
clubs. The only one to pass golf clubs on.
They were holy golf clubs.
Somebody else did
But
the
they were
same
from
thing.
they were holy golf clubs.
They were holy. They were really holy.
It never worked because I never played golf.
Never worked at all. Those were the days.
So now we're talking here early 90s. Now I don't know when you met Kathy on that train to Lancaster.
93.
93. So Kathy was on the way to see her to her grandmother.
Yeah, my grandfather was
What were you doing on
I was going out with Mick Rayner for a boys' trip to Morecambe.
trip to Morecambe? I've got Morecambe.
Johnny
Okay.
B. That.
So Rosie was born in 95. I think.
Yes,
Okay,
that's
no,
right.
That's rather a long boys' trip.
So obviously you got together with Kathy before that. And you and I started the mini games to the Watford football matches.
That's right. And Stuart, I remember two matches with Stuart.
Once when we went to Barnsley, and Stuart had to have a lie down and read The Guardian while the match was on. And then once when we went with Stuart and James to see Watford at Ellen Road, and Stuart decided to light a joss stick in the garden. You can imagine.
But I love the singing. That's why I went. And I think 2002, Love Edren was bought. Because I was due to come out with you, but my father-in-law was dying.
Yeah.
Luckily, because he died during that trip, so I couldn't even tell you I couldn't go with you, but Ruth had to. You went with Tom.
That's right.
And then we had a few trips to La Vedrenne. I remember leaving my walking shoes in a black plastic bag
I remember this
in the rubbish.
Stuart, I don't know whether you know, Stuart can be a bit slightly sort of in a rush sometimes. And we were leaving Laverdun, and I was exhorting him, come on, we've got to go, we've got to drive up to the north coast. And so Stuart grabbed one bag, chucked it in the rubbish bin, put the other bag in the back of the car, and about 45 minutes later, Stuart said, I think I put the rubbish in the back of the car.
It was a lot later.
My boots in the rubbish bin.
Yeah.
It was a lot later.
It was a lot. It was at Caen.
It was
a
a
calm.
Yes, well, because I said, he spoke better French, but he said, no, you do it.
I'm not
So I
anything to
had
do with
to-
this, Squire, you
I
deal
had to
with it.
speak to the brother. I got about something plastique noir.
Yeah.
What is
Sac, plastic.
sac?
Sac.
So I had to get my French.
Explain all this.
Explain to this guy who was actually the brother, who then told
He's in the
his
next village.
brother to go, and he did, and he got the walking boots out.
Oh.
And they were good walking,
A really good walking boot.
Hooray!
Hooray.
Happy ending.
Yeah, they were good. Yeah, they were good. So then I tried to buy various houses in Europe. Caen, by Dissigny, Corsica.
Yes.
You came on all those
I came with Kurt to
trips.
Corsica. We
And I
found a
know-
house for him to buy. We chose.
Yeah,
He got an offer and he didn't buy it.
Yeah, didn't in the end.
Was it asbestos?
And asbestos.
And in Corsica, they make a lot of asbestos, and that was what put Ruth off. So we never got it. And then still the occasional Watford games. Still a bit boring, but yeah.
Come on, you golden boys. Yellow army. Yellow army.
Yes. Well, I love the singing. I love the singing. Right, yeah, exactly. I can. Yeah.
He's
Elton
bald,
John's.
he's bent. He's glasses on. Elton John.
I wasn't going to bring that down.
Now it comes out.
The opposition fans.
Forget that.
And so, yes, my 7th in Venice. It was a bit of a Disney World, wasn't it? In 2017, the clinic finished.
Yes,
and,
that's right.
you were very supportive of my move to Spain, because I didn't know what to do.
You know what you were doing.
You were very helpful with that.
Stuart had a bit of a panic, so we helped him
We
transition.
didn't know quite, should I, head off, but...
And I worked in that clinic with you for 25 years.
I was going to say, Squire, I got it here. After Bhutan, you started the clinic.
So that was been
And
92, 93,
93, so that's
25 years.
25 years. Yes, so Steve worked once a week at the clinic. Yeah, for 25 years, yeah. Yeah. And it closed, as you know. And, when I look back, you've been a great stepfather to Tom and Claire, and witness the presence and the love that's come to you this last
this
weekend.
You did, didn't you?
Yeah.
It's been great.
Yeah, I mean, all that stuff, and you've managed to hold it together, and I see the response from them. You don't know Tom's present, but it's great. You're going to be blown out. Lovely one from Rosie, a wonderful father to her, and a grandfather to, godfather to James. And
Claire, come on.
and Claire, I mean, I do remember Claire at 16. I mean, she was
Moody.
not
Well,
great.
she resented the whole...
Resented me.
She resented. Well, yes, of course,
Yeah.
of course, and you stuck that out.
Yeah.
Like James resented Ruth, you know, I mean, yeah. So you've stuck that one out, and that's wonderful. So you know, you've been such a great stepfather and grandfather to the
It's
the
really
children.
annoying to me, Stuart, because
Yeah.
I've done all the nappy changing.
Yes,
all
yes,
the
yes,
dinner,
yes, yes,
all
yes.
the
At
playing.
2:30 in the
And they just go,
morning.
where's Grandad?
Yeah, that's the difference between men and women, you see.
No, John
Yeah.
is going to be a great
He's going to be a...
granddad.
Oh,
He's
Ah.
been a great
Grandad.
He's gonna
Oh,
be a
great
granddad.
grandad.
He's gonna be a granddad.
Are you okay at 2:30 in the morning with a pooey nappy?
Yeah.
I'm
He's
not.
been there, he's done that.
Oh, he's done it. Okay,
Yeah.
well there you go.
I'm 2:30 years
There you
old,
go,
like,
you know. And all this time, these people I would have known, you know, in this all time I'm talking about. But Squire, thank you for being such.
Such what?
Oh,
Yeah, go on.
say it, Squire. Oh,
Oh, come on, Squire, you can do it.
thank you. Squire was best man at my wedding.
Yeah.
Really valued our friendship all these years, Stuart. Absolutely.
Such a
Absolutely, Squire. Absolutely. All those Watford games you've had to put up with. Yeah.
And car journeys by the sound of it.
It's right.
a great mate.
Falling out.
Yeah.
In good and bad, Squire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you,
For
Squire.
worse.
Thank you. Thank you.
And of course, the thing that really bonded us was Watford FC.
Right.
Our suffering and our joy over the years.
Uh-huh.
And do you know, actually, how you are now is not so different how you were then, funny enough.
Definitely wasn't.
And I just want to say thank you so much for inviting me here.
Yeah.
It's really wonderful, because I didn't know anyone here really before I came, but I do feel on some level that I know everyone now, because everyone is a part of you, Steve.
Yes.
And you are a really, really endearing guy.
Thank you.
And I thank you for the, you know, the joy and the friendship that we've had over so many years. And sometimes we've not seen each other for a while, and then we do, and we bump into each other, and then there's a Watford game between Leeds and London or something we go to.
We met in Paris one time.
Yes,
didn't
we
for a
did.
celebration.
Yeah. So it's been a, you know, a real, just you have a kind of check, don't you, when you sort of have these events? They're a kind of milestone, and a milestone for me, you know, to be here and just to thank you for such a wonderful friendship. And you are a really lovely, charismatic, funny, endearing, generous, slightly neurotic guy. And I love you for all those qualities. So thank you, Steve Paul.
All the money that I have spent it in good company. And all the harm that I have done, alas, it was to none but me. And all I've done for want of wit, to memory now I can't recall. So fill to me the parting glass. Good night, and joy be with you all. Oh, a man may drink and not be drunk. A man may fight and not be slain. A man may court a pretty girl and perhaps be welcomed back again. But since it is so ordered, a time to rise and a time to fall, come fill to me the parting glass. Good night, and joy be with you all. Oh, all the comrades that e'er I've known are sorry for my going away, and all the sweethearts that I have kissed would wish me one more day to stay. But since it falls unto my lot that I should rise and you should not, oh, I'll gently rise and I'll softly call good night, and joy be with you all. Oh, even as the evening falls, it's good night and joy be